Brian Pillman was a former tag team wrestler, a former wrestler in general, all over the world, WCW, WWF, you name it. He is well known. It's well documented. He has a son, Brian Pillman Jr., who was in AEW, and AEW did utilize him in, I would say, the legacy way, right? The Cody Rhodes, Ted DiBiase Jr. way. What I mean by that is that they were just using him for his name, for some kind of recognition. Well, things didn't really work out between AEW and Brian Pillman Jr., which came as a surprise to me because AEW tends to utilize these characters better than most in the business. And that says a lot for a company that ultimately has only been around for 4 years. All right, so Brian Pillman Jr. is pretty decent. He has been wrestling around town. He's not a rookie per se, but he is going to be debuting in NXT next week. And his promos leading into that debut have been pretty darn good. They showed footage of his dad playing for the Bengals. They teased him watching some old school WCW footage. And it was just exciting to see that level of effort for an NXT star making his debut. So considering how solid Brian Pillman Jr. is in the ring, this is an exciting signing. I really like when WWE plays into these kind of characters, just like I was enjoying some of his work in AEW. Not all of his work, but some of his work. Ace mentioned the feud with MJF. It was pretty good, mainly because of MJF. MGM is saying that he's pretty solid, has good charisma. And I think NXT is the perfect place to put the character together to kind of hone in on his skills. And we'll see how far he goes. I think sky's the limit for Brian Pillman Jr. He definitely has the pedigree. He has the name to show for it as well. And he has a pretty solid look. He does carry himself like a superstar of the old age, right? The old wrestling era. But I like that. That's why I like Braun Breaker. There's not that many superstars that carry that old style. You know, I know LA Knight is one that's going to be recognized as, you know, kind of like The Rock, kind of like Stone Cold. But that's exactly what I mean. There's very few superstars in WWE. Around the world, I'm sure there's many. Because everyone likes to replicate these other legends and people that just came before them. But ultimately, in WWE, how many superstars can you sit in and say that they remind you of someone intentionally, right? So Brian Pillman Jr. coming in and immediately having that impact, if you will, in NXT will be interesting to see for me. Because, let's face it, his dad was a pretty good star. And he fizzled out, right? And I know he passed away, and rest in peace. Let's respect that. But I think Brian Pillman Jr. can be better. He has a lot going for him in terms of name recognition and being around the business. Yep. We should watch some Brian Pillman footage together to get ready for Junior. That would be a good idea to do on Kick and promote that as well. Well, hopefully he'll learn from Ted DiBiase Jr. Taking your dad's gimmick doesn't work, but remixing it like Cody did definitely will. Or even Braun Breaker. Exactly, Duet. You took the words right out of my mouth. Yes. Brian Pillman Jr. can have a loose cannon element, but if he tries to copy it exactly, he'll end up like Curtis Axel, who was super talented in the ring. I agree 100%. That's why I'm thrilled to have him in WWE. I'm thrilled to have him in NXT, and I'm glad that NXT will be, you know, helping him further grow his career. So hit me up in the comment section. Do you even care about Brian Pillman Jr.? Are you excited to see what he has to offer? Let me know down below.